the last 200,000 years, groups of men have banded together as a means of survival and for the purpose of moving civilization forward. Men built great cities, advanced modern technology, and created economic systems that still prevail today. Unfortunately, those advancements in economic stability have created widespread levels of comfort that even the most wealthy kings in history didn't enjoy. With no great purpose or mission, most men today have accepted this comfort and in turn have become soft, meek, feminized versions of their past ancestors. These men are content with spending their days at jobs they dislike, spending time with people they can hardly tolerate, and the most fulfilling thing in their lives is watching their favorite sports teams or getting lost in their favorite video game. The men of the Unplugged Brotherhood demand more from themselves and, more importantly, from each other. Through mentally and physically challenging in-person retreats and events, these men have discovered that growth only happens when you are willing to show up, force yourself out of your comfort zone, and above all, do the work. Don't waste another day squandering your potential to be the man you were meant to be. Reject comfort, let go of people that are holding you back, and seize the opportunity to join a true brotherhood that will challenge you to become the best version of yourself.
What a great intro.
Sick.
What's up, guys? 43rd episode, chopping it up. We got a bunch of things sort of queued up from the past week, obviously with the T app and a bunch of other stuff. Moff, you're just away with the boys in San Diego doing a meetup. Do you want to do a little bit of a download on that? Tell us what that was all about. How did it all go?
Totally. Yeah, this was our second annual Valor Immersion project. So this is something that I contacted some guys a year ago. We were looking for a summer meetup, and everywhere we like to go is really hot during the summer, like Florida, Texas. We generally like to stay away from traditional blue states, the Northeast, California, if we can help it, because of the way they are about gun laws, and we like to train, like we like to use weaponry, we like to do, and we also just understand that Democrat-run cities are not the friendliest, not the cleanliest, and are certainly not safe places where we want to go and spend our time. Like we were just in Minneapolis a month ago in St. Paul, and I'll never, ever go back. So, we got a couple guys that are in, the San Diego, SoCal area, and I sort of asked how the weather was, and they said, great, all year round. It's pretty sweet. So I put some calls in. I got about some guys that do some tactical training, some tactical shooting, and I got in touch with a few guys, and it just turned into this awesome project. And so we did the first iteration last year. We did the second iteration this past weekend. Last year was 1 day. This year was 2 days. But this year we were on the beach Friday morning, 5 a.m., doing a 2-hour beach workout, running, hitting the surf, running out, filling up ammo cans, doing presses over our head, a lot of just hardcore stuff that really is that first sort of gut check. It gives them an idea where all of us are in our fitness and our mental state. And then the rest of that afternoon into the early evening, we prepared for Saturday, which we were doing tactical games. So we went through all of the workouts, the obstacles. We did a demo of everything that we were going to be going through. We did some pistol and some carbine training. We did some long range rifle, 100 yards, 250 yards. And then on Saturday, we put everything together. So we had a 5-event sort of tactical games where we alternated between shooting for points and speed, as well as workouts that are sort of, CrossFit style with sleds and tire flips, climbing over walls, burpees, thrusters, you sort of name it. And we did that. And then we finished off with the long range shooting. And then we had awards for the top shooter. And then we had an award for sort of the honor man or the MVP of the weekend. So we had about half the guys returning. It was 11 guys in total. We had half returning from last year. We had half that were new guys. And the guys that we were with and were trained by there's a couple Marines, current Navy SEAL. We actually had a dinner on Saturday night to sort of close out the weekend of the ceremony. And we were greeted and we had the opportunity to hear from a guest speaker, Daryl Condor Gary, who is one of the original 9 members who founded the Top Gun program. So very cool to hear a lot of his experiences and sort of how it founded. And it's an absolute sort of legendary program that obviously there's been movies about it. And it was really stellar to be in the same room as somebody like that.
Question for you. What was the most interesting thing about the stories that Top Gun guy was telling you guys?
Just that it was,
I love aircraft, right? Like military aircraft.
Well, I think the thing is just how they kind of workshopped everything. It was this trial and error. I think the couple things that stuck out to me, I mean, not the technical stuff isn't necessarily my expertise. Like I'm more interested in learning about the leadership aspect and the preparedness, but there were these presentations they would have to give, and they said if you were like, preparation was everything. Preparation was key. And you would have to go through a presentation, and they didn't have PowerPoint back then. So they used the overhead projector, but you had slides and you had, what you had to project up on the screen. And if you were allowed one look over your shoulder at your screen, if you try to find your place, and if you did it more than once, they cut you off and you just start over and said, come back when you're prepared. So the level of dedication, the level of preparation that they had to be buttoned up on. I think the second thing that stuck out to me that I was really impressed by is that the school itself and the leadership are not these high-ranking officers. They are lieutenants. They're the guys that are actually flying the planes, flying the jets. There's not somebody in this leatherback chair in an office sending guys out. They are the ones that are close to it. They're the ones that are fighting. They're the ones that are making the decisions. And so I think that was just really impressive. This idea that, servant leadership or leading by example and not doing anything that or not telling somebody to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. So sort of that ownership and that leadership I thought was really, really cool to me. But I think they were talking a little bit about how, their planes they couldn't hang with us in the vertical, but they hang with us in the horizontal. And so that's how they just developed these new flight techniques. And now it's become this huge, huge thing. And the original Top Gun school was just this, trailer of a building. And now it's this gargantuan sort of facility that rivals, major football stadiums and major facilities. So it was very cool to hear. And
what was the name of that flight training thing we did in Vegas? Was that also called Top
Ace
Gun?
Combat or something? No, it wasn't that. It wasn't affiliated. It was something like Sky Combat or something like that.
Yeah, because it's like those G-forces give you a small taste of what these Top Gun pilots.
And he still flies. Dale Gary is in his 80s, I believe, and he still trains. He still runs. 81.
Like I wanted to barf.
Daryl, if you're watching this, if I got your name wrong, or if I got your age wrong, I apologize. But I think he was about 81, and he still flies. And one of our cadre instructors was like, "Yeah, I flew with him a couple of times, and he made me throw up about 4 of them." So
yeah, it's always an interesting trip, man.
Legit.
I always love hearing the summaries.
Very cool. Yeah, it's.
I go on I do as many of the ones that I can. We got the forum coming up in the fall. There's actually I'll put the ticker back up because if you guys want to meet up, everybody's like, "Hey, I'd like to meet you and grab a coffee, get you dinner." Why don't you come out to the forum, guys? There it is. I'll put the ticker on the bottom if you guys want to grab a ticket. But that'll be the next one that I'm at. It's in a couple months. What's the next thing you guys got lined up?
So we're kind of powered down for the rest of the year. We're getting into the dog days, and like things get a little bit, tough during the holidays. We'll have more next year, but we're not necessarily. Well, actually, we've got more of a smaller kind of get together. We're doing a lake house trip in Chicago in the middle of August, so that's in 2 weeks. September, I think we don't have anything going on because we're so close to the forum. The forum is in October. November, we kind of take a break for the Thanksgiving holiday, and then early December, where I'm hosting guys down here in Tampa to do MMA training. So we're going to be doing a week of training, eating, sleeping. We're going to basically simulate a fight camp where all the meals are going to be prepared. We're going to eat, sleep, work, train. And then at the end of it, we're going to have some testing and some sparring. And, guys are able to come down here and learn how to use their hands and learn how to, put a combo together and wrestle and grapple and kind of get the full contact fighting experience. And that'll be in early December.
Nice. You guys want to get on any of that? You know where to find the community on my website. Just start at the website, richcooper.ca, and then hit the community.
The price is going up. starting next year. So still a good chance to get in and get yourself to some events before we raise that up.
Yeah. Here, let me see here. I got, so these aren't really queued up in any particular order, but I know everybody's been asking about this T app. We had a Zoom with our community earlier today. It was brought up. I see it's already coming up in the comments. Let me see if I can find the one that I bookmark on the T app. There we go. So if you guys are not familiar, this app that was just released, and of course I got to go through another screen over here to find it. There it is. By developers, basically ripped off the whole "Are we dating the same guy?" Facebook groups and created a specific app called T. Because when you're in these Facebook groups, these women are like taking photographs of a guy that they're talking to or may have gone out on a date on from a dating app. They'll screenshot it, drop it in there, and then they'll just go, "Anybody got any tea on this guy?" So they create this app called T. I don't know what the hell T means, but that's what they'll say. And the girls will sort of chime in and go back and forth. And, you know, the ones that have dated him will mention what their experience is. The ones that have been ghosted will mention that, you know, he just used her. So there's a lot of the unchosen that are on this app that are kind of like bitter that guys aren't going out with them. Like they're only posting guys that they like. You know what I mean? Like they're not posting about guys that they don't like. So they're trying to get dirt on guys that they like. So the more handsome ones, probably the ones that are being selected by a lot of other women as well. You know, like 20% of the guys are dealing with 80% of the women on dating apps. So of course they're going to share guys, you know, what we said before. You know, a woman would rather be the king's mistress than the peasant's wife. So there's going to be some fucking sharing at the top. They're going to post photographs of guys that aren't responding to the women that they don't like. They're going to be bitter about it. They're going to say shit about them. And this entire app's premise is basically doxing men and talking shit about them on an app by women that are essentially the unchosen. So let's see here. So that's the logo. So these are some of the women so have you heard of 4chan, Moff?
Yeah, of course.
How would you describe 4chan of yours?
Oh, Jesus. It's a jerk-off fest.
What does that mean?
Dorks and jerk-offs. I mean, it's just like, it's guys that are people that are perpetually online. It's like Reddit, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Perpetually, as far as I know. I mean, I could be wrong.
All right,
that's what it seems like to me.
So apparently these guys from the 4chan space hacked the T-App server and took their photo verified information, dropped it online for the public. So these are the women here that are going on and downloading the app and criticizing men and talking shit about them and doxing them. And, you know, you've all heard me say this before, but hate only ever comes from beneath. Nobody ever gets jealous of a loser. So just take a look at your critics. You know, like, you know, one of the other things that I learned a long time ago, Moff, is, you know, like I've seen what you praise and I seen what you criticize. So do I really care what you criticize when I see what you praise? Because you take a look at a lot of these ladies, you can see what kind of life they lead. Like I can smell cat litter just looking at this photograph. Anyway, so, oh, and here's a few more. So there's just a larger sample, I guess, of, you know, some of the faces that are using the T-App. And they're pissed now. Now the ladies are pissed that there's a group of guys that expose them publicly. And now they know what it would feel like to be a guy on that site, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. This whole thing, I mean, so I did a little bit of background research. This whole idea, the guy that created this app claims to have done it because his mom, single mom, was having bad experiences in dating. And he says, well, the traditional dating apps are not doing anything in terms of background checks to keep women safe. You know, she was going out on dates with convicted felons and there's just nothing that Bumble or Tinder or Hinge or whoever is doing about it. All you need to do is upload some photos and a bio and that's fine. But you can easily call the bullshit right away, because if that were really the premise of this, if that were really the purpose of this app, it wouldn't be called fucking T, right? The idea of like, oh, spill the tea, like I'm sipping tea and gossiping. That's where it comes from. So and then even the marketing material is like one girl like whispering in the ear of another and her going, oh my God. So it's all just it's all performative. At least just be honest about it. You know, that's the only thing for me. It's like, look, you want to monetize this whole "Are we dating the same guy" Facebook group? Make it a paid app, make it organized. Fine, go for it. Just don't lie about it. Like, it's so scummy. But yeah. I also tell guys, like, when they end up on these things, I get guys that ask me all the freaking time, Moff, I was posted on this. What do I do? It's like, good. Stop stepping in the dog shit. Stop worrying about stupid stuff that doesn't affect you and doesn't serve you. If you end up on that thing, it's a badge of honor, because you might get some business out of it. There's multiple guys that have said, like, hey, like, I ended up on that Facebook page, and then I had girls hitting me up from like 10 years ago asking me what I was up to, and then we bang later that night. It's free publicity. Any PR is good part. Any press is good press. So, you know, guys are worried about, oh, they're going to dox me. It's just like, listen.
It's actually not that bad of a thing.
It's really, it's not that bad. And for two, these are the kind of women that are judging you and that are telling you. It's just like, why in the world?
Don't go out with ugly women and you won't be on that app. Hot women don't use that app.
Again, it's just another thing that gets people stirred up, and men are shaking their fists at this guy claiming injustice and inequality. And it's like, man, if you guys are going to worry about this and you're going to continue to spend time on this, then you're just going to lose, right? There's so many better things to spend your time on and your mental energy on. So just let women do whatever, because no one's going to hold them accountable. It is what it is. Just move on.
So this raises the question then, Moff. Would it be suitable for somebody to develop an app maybe called HoFacts, or something to that effect? Because you got Carfax on, like, you know, the history of the vehicle, the number of owners, the amount of accidents the car's had. Has there been an insurance claim? Has a car been written off? So why not a HoFacts, so that men can get all the red flags in advance before they even engage in it?
Because most men wouldn't. If there's any
developers out there, I'm going to put this out there right now. If there's any developers out there that know what the fuck they're talking about, I'll back a HoFacts app. We're going to promote it. It's going to be the new sponsor of the channel, so that you guys can keep an eye on the psychopaths out there that you want to avoid.
If you're interested, if you want to burn a whole bunch of money doing that, go for it. Be my guest. Because the guys that would use it wouldn't matter. The world is run by simps. Simps are the fuel for which the world runs. And so it doesn't matter. You could put every girl's body count tattooed on her forehead and it would update automatically. And these dudes would still,
see if they're going to throw me in jail for it.
I
just want to see if they're going to Andrew Tate me.
Okay. Well, can I have all your stuff when they do? So this idea that men are actually, the idea that men are going to take this seriously, or they're going to use it to like, oh man, I'm not going to touch this girl. Like, we already know this stuff a mile away. You can see the girls that are tattooed out there and the pink hair and like your average, like, look at all this.
I still love the idea of a HoFacts app. I'm telling you, Moff.
It's not going to make any money. If it's your passion project, fine. It's not going to make any money.
It doesn't need to make a lot of money. It just needs a lot of users, because when you have users on an app,
there'll be a lot of users.
You have something sellable.
But it won't solve any problems. Yeah. It'll be a lot of users, but it won't.
But I mean, like, you guys ask me about business all the time.
Guys will just use it as a dating app.
Like, I have a big course in the school program called the School of Entrepreneurship. Like, I kind of know what the fuck I'm talking about here. And I'm telling you right now, there's a market. There's a vacuum in the marketplace. I wouldn't be surprised if there's teams of guys working on this shit right now. Like, there's a bunch of 19-year-olds with a case of
I think you get shut down right away
all day long, and they're just hammering on the fucking code right now.
I think you'd get shut down for discrimination and for hate speech. I don't think you would ever be able to go to market.
If you just take everything that's in the T app and whatever's feminine, you just masculinize it. So it's a complete fucking mirror of what's on the T app. Just call it HoFacts. And then if they ever come at you, then all you got to do is provide evidence. Oh, look, why is this okay for the gals? But that's not.
People did that with Bumble, and they never got anywhere.
Blow up.
No, but people did that with Bumble, and that never got anywhere either. It's the idea that.
Though.
But the point is
that
it's not
on women having to reach out to guys, and women hate reaching out to guys.
Right. Not the point that I'm making, though. It's the fact that there's men that said Bumble is discriminatory because they're literally not allowed to use the full features of the app because they can't message first. And that didn't go anywhere. People laughed at them. So like men that are saying, oh, well, if women can do it, men can do it. Like they're going to get laughed their way out of the door. It's just, I think it's a fruitless endeavor. But, if that's your new passion project, go for it.
I would still back it. I'm telling you, man, the amount of free press that we would get, because all the outlets would cover it. Oh, misogynist Rich Cooper and his cohorts, including Moff. I'll make sure your name gets out there too, so they call you
please.
misogynist, the front page of the fucking New York Times. Your
Bit
parents
worse.
will love that.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
called worse.
T. So there you go, guys. That's the summary on the T app.
Actually, one more thing on that. What you can do, somebody created a website that farmed all of the pictures of the women on the T app, and it's basically like Tinder, and you pit them against each other, and you can
really
pick which one you think is more attractive. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Then you can see like the bottom 10 and these women that have, it's like matches 1-7, like head-to-head matches lost 23,700. Yeah. I don't know where it is anymore. I was messing around with it the other day.
Pull it up and do it right now,
it's
man.
on a website. I bet you can find it. Let me see if I can send it to you.
Play the game live, man.
Oh, let's see. Do I have it?
We're breaking new ground here. We're not just fucking talking about basic stuff anymore. We're playing.
Yeah, it's called tspill.games. So just put that into the browser. tspill.games. So funny, dude.
Oh shit. It's a real thing.
You can literally just go through it. Oh yeah.
Dude, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put up on the screen.
I was messing around with it the other day.
All right. T-spill. Click on the foid that you. What the hell's a foid?
The foid is like, it's a very new age, like.
Is that like a 4chan word for like femoid or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. It's femoid. It's like short for femoid.
Femoid, is that what it is for?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
like
are
short
going,
for that.
I'm gonna keep up with the shit.
And so then you can pick one, and then you can see their ELO score go up, and then you can actually click on like the top 10 or the top 50, and then the bottom 50. So you can see like girls on the app that are actually relatively good looking, and then you can see the ones that are not. And this is actually, it's actually a really good exercise in like what guys find attractive in women. Like you can see the kind of bottom 50 and the kind of women that are traditionally unattractive in all data and studies. And this is just another extension of that.
I just want to deal with the void thing for a second, because I just Googled it, and then the first fucking site that came up is the ADL, which I think is the Anti-Defamation League. So it's like a hate watch group sort of thing. So it says here, foid is a derogatory incel term for women. The phrase is an abbreviation of femoid, which combines the words female and humanoid, or female and android. Incels attribute their virgin status to heartless females, and their rage leads them to dehumanize and even murder. Dude, that's hardcore. Like, that's a pretty strong accusation. That does not happen a lot. It happens very rarely. And by the way, when it does happen, I talked about this in my book, guys. The vast majority of the households, single mother households. Anyway, let's play T-spill. All right. So what do? You just like click on one?
You click one. Yeah. Pick one you think is most attractive. And then like you can see their ELO score. Right. And so
these aren't users of
no, they are. Those are the T app users, because those are the photos they submitted.
Were gross.
Well, not all of them, some of them, but like if you go scroll down, you can look at the leaderboard.
There's a leaderboard.
View leaderboard.
Oh, no kidding.
You can see top 50 and then bottom 50. So you can see their win rate. So if they're paired up with another girl, you can see how many they've won. So like she's the hottest. Apparently, what's her name? This chick is the hottest.
This chick over here, number one
girl on the app. Yeah, it says you can chat with her. I don't know what that's about. But if you go to the bottom 50, that's where it gets real interesting. So there's that girl in the car that you just saw.
Like, yeah, like we just saw that one over there.
Right.
Huh. Oh, bottom 50. Okay, so I
yeah.
got. Oh, gee. Oh. Whoa. Oh my God.
This is pretty bad.
I just saw it, so you have to see it too.
7.7 win rate. Is that the worst, or is that okay? Yeah. No, she's not. It is the worst. She's bottom. She's a complete bottom. So she's number one on the absolute bottom. No, the bottom is like bottom 50. So she's the 50th least attractive of all.
That's not her down over here.
Well, that's 12. That's a 12% win rate. The other one had a 7.7. So yeah,
a lot of these.
You can click on their photos.
A lot better if they just moved more and ate better. Blue hair.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
There's a commonality here, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
On air. Something they have in common, but I won't discuss that here.
So the 4chan guys created this app, this tspill.games.
Seems that way. Yeah, exactly.
Chat. Oh, and then you can chat with them too, eh? So then they sell you like a portal or access or some shit. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't click that live on TV or on the show, because it takes you somewhere you don't want to be shown on YouTube. Okay, so let's move on from that.
Indeed.
Okay. So last week we had the Matt Walshes of the world talk about marriage. So this is something. So he actually responded to me here.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, did he delete it?
No, it would have been he reposted. So like he did a quote post.
Oh, it was a repost.
So
okay.
Yeah, if you play the video and then.
Okay, so let's just play the video, because this is like the standard divorce story. Like this 48 seconds here. I'm just going to call it a movie, and like any movie, I've seen it before many, many times. This is just episode 987,025 or whatever. Like, this just happened. So just pay attention.
I told my husband I wanted a divorce. I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live? How would we split the time with the kids? Who gets the dog? I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met. I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3, and I still don't know who I am. I told my husband I wanted a divorce. I walked myself through.
All right. Well, we don't need to play
how that works out.
So, the question that I was basically asking the Daily Wire guys, who are always
his response to you sucked, by the way, but I can't wait to read this.
What's that?
I said his response to you sucked, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we'll go into that next.
Hey, Matt Walsh or Jordan Peterson, what's your advice to hedge against women like this that just get bored and want to divorce, rape a good man for no reason? This was a few days ago, so I'm going to have to scroll down a bit, but he did say something here. Fuck, I'm gonna have to tear through some of this crap. But yeah, it was just like a BS.
Perpetually on Twitter.
It's just a BS set of lyrics that just didn't make any sense. Like, he didn't know what he was talking about. And don't get me wrong, like, I actually like a lot of his takes on stuff. Like his "Am I racist?" and "What is a woman?" shit is fucking hilarious. It's really just, I mean, here it is. Okay, so he goes, if you want me to give you an absolute perfect ironclad recipe to avoid ending up with a scumbag list like this, I can't. Nobody can. But this woman clearly has no character, no integrity, no loyalty, and cares about nothing other than herself. The chances are very, very high that she was like this when they met. I know a few people who have turned into narcissistic assholes out of nowhere. Most narcissistic assholes have been that way their entire adult lives and before. So my primary, though not only answer, is to look out for the extremely obvious warning signs of a narcissistic asshole and don't marry that kind of person. I would bet the farm that chick did not behave like a narcissistic asshole before they got married. Women like to act. If they want to get married and it's their time and they found the guy and they want to get him, they will act. They will cover up narcissism. It'll look like something completely different to the guy and he won't know how to spot it. And then I said to him, is that all, Matt? Basically. I said, it's a start. If you're hell-bent on getting married, spotting red flags in the selection process is paramount. You name one, here are the others. And then I linked the article to the free chapter in my book, The 21 Red Flags to Avoid in Women. So this is what you get out of these guys, right? Sorry, I took it out of this.
Yeah, it's a response. It's like half baked. It's the same nonsense we always hear. It's like, oh, like you just need to pick
Life her
better.
up.
Or like, oh, you just need to choose better, man. Or it's like, oh, like I found a unicorn. Sorry for you. I mean, how many times do we have to see this where, you know, a woman is in love with a guy or thinks he's the best thing ever. And then slowly but surely over a long enough timeline, she betatizes him or, you know, or whatever it might be, or guys don't understand the red flags, but it's women change. And they can change, and they choose to change for any reason that they want. Like they get bored and they just want to go look for other things, and they call it neglect, or they call it emotional abuse or financial abuse or whatever. They meet a guy that says, hey, like, no, you're not going to do that. Hey, I'm not going to allow that. Like, that's not how things are going to go. And she's willing to torpedo a marriage where she's 32 and has 3 kids and thinks that there's better out there for her. And it's just, you're going to break up an entire family because you got a little bit bored. But it's just the same stupid, tired TradCon advice. Like,
of divorces are initiated by women.
So it's women, like, are all of these guys
for whatever reason they want? There's no fault divorce. They don't care.
Right. So it's like, oh, you're all choosing the wrong women. So it's just like, okay, so if that's your answer, Matt, then what are the right women? Like, what's the right thing? And that's not the answer. It's like even guys that have had the most Christian sort of traditional marriages. Like there's guys in this space that have gotten divorced even after hammering this traditional conservative Christian marriage and these Christian marriage ideals. Steven Crowder, Tanner Guzzi. Like, I mean, you know, there's plenty of guys out there that have talked and that preach about this stuff.
7 or 8 kids or something like that. And she's like, nope, I'm going to get divorced.
Still bounced on
well, pregnant.
Shout out to Tanner. I like his stuff, but it's just like, it is what it is. So it's just,
none of these
terribly half-baked advice.
They're never like, sorry, Rich, you were right.
No, of course. They're not going to.
Anyway, so, you know, moving on to the next, you know, bit of advice here from this dork, Bo Diddley or Diddley TV. Anyway, it turns out he works at Turning Point USA, which is another one of these big TradCon, you know, groups. They're basically con men. You know, it's like, you know, the dude over here is saying men are supposed to be the providers. I cannot wait for my fiance to be a stay-at-home wife raising children and not having to worry about a 9 to 5. Young men, this should be your goal. I understand not everyone is capable, but this should be top priority. Who agrees? And then you got Bo Diddle over here with his 5, you know, whatever. So I just retweeted that on my feed, and I said, here's a serious problem with TradCon advice around keeping her home. When you get divorced, which happens, by the way, guys, 50% of the time, and after 8 years, if you remain together, less than 3% of couples are in a state of bliss. Less than 12% are in a state of love. The rest don't like each other. So if you're stuck in a miserable marriage, which a lot of people are, or you get divorced, when you get divorced, the course will force you to maintain that stay-at-home lifestyle that she had. You want to keep your TradCon wife at home, stuffed full of babies and looking after your house and cooking and shit? Cool. But if after 3 years, like the 32-year-old that we just saw gets bored and is like, I need to find myself. I don't know who I am anymore. We've both changed as people, blah, 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 and then wants to go and get divorced. She gets full custody because she's been taking care of the kids the whole time because she's been at home. You split your assets in half. She probably keeps the house. You'll be alienated from your own children because she'll have them like the vast majority of the time. And you'll get them every other weekend or some shit. If you're lucky, the new guy that she starts dating will probably see your kids more than you do. So, but the TradCons never offer any prescriptions at all whatsoever. It's just, you know, man up and marry her. That's all they got. So I retweeted that, and this Bo Diddle guy, he actually replied to me. I hope it's still here. He didn't delete it. Here it is. Your argument is divorce. So don't get divorced. Problem solved.
Oh, wow. Never would have thought of that, dude. Yeah. You know what? Why didn't you say so? You genius. Wow.
Holy, why didn't I think of that?
Dude, this guy should be working at NASA. He should be a professor at Harvard. I think
problem solved.
The code. Wow.
Just don't get divorced.
Just don't do it. Oh my God, dude. As if I can't believe I never thought of that. You know what? Somebody get this man the Nobel Prize.
Wow.
For humanities, because he's the smartest dude that's ever walked the face of this earth. Stupid, dumb. What, dude, the fact I love how that we're normalizing this language that would get you, that should be getting you committed to an insane asylum. I don't know who I am anymore. Shit, like, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we just need to wife her up. We just need to marry. It goes back to something I've said before. It's this idea. It's like, I'm so tired of these people that are just saying men are supposed to do this, men are supposed to do that, and you're taking your cues from women. You're taking your cues from women that are happy to clap along and watch you be the beta male provider and watch you be the provider. And you're going to toil all day long for the rest of your life just so your wife can stay home. But it didn't say anything about what she has to put in. Like, yeah, you're going to take care of children, that sort of thing. Like, oh, hey, man, did you ever think about not getting divorced? Checkmate, Richard Cooper.
Gotcha, bitch.
What a dumbass, man. Like, but that's what they don't have any answers. That's the thing. They don't have any actual legitimate answers. They don't live in the real world. They don't live in the real world.
No
they
warnings.
Just fall in love with this crazy tradcon grift.
Aside from, hey, Moff, just don't get divorced. Problem solved.
Thank you. That'll be $10,000, please. Like, just don't get divorced. Like, oh, wow. You know what? You're a genius. Somebody put this man in the White House, because I've never heard anything so smart my whole life. Unbelievable, man.
So I shared this earlier today. It was brought to my attention. Ever wonder why divorce rate is so high? One reason is because women rarely marry their first choice. So it's a very quick one. And the title is Overheard My Wife and Kind of Feeling Off. My wife and I have been together for several years. Last night, she and her best friend, Allison, were having some girl time on the patio with a few glasses of wine, and a fairly regular occurrence. I went upstairs to watch TV and give them some privacy as usual. Well, the cable went out and their conversation drifted up through the window. Like an idiot, I listened in while waiting for the TV to come back on. Allison was telling my wife about her new boyfriend and how she doesn't even let him get in the door before she's all over him. My wife chuckles and replies, yeah, I was that way with the ex. To which Allison laughs and says, yeah, I remember you gushing about it all the time. I kind of tuned out after that. This is just a reality for a lot of guys out there, is that they weren't her first choice. She's alpha witted by some guy that laid really good pipe that she would jump as soon as he would walk in the door. As outlined by her friend, like, women will do this if they have genuine burning desire and they're just sexually drawn to you. They will jump your bones when you walk in the front door. That's just what happens.
I mean, this is also like this is also very undercover. Like, my wife takes over the house with her girlfriends to drink wine, and I must retreat to my little corner of the room like Gollum. It's like, yeah, man, no. If you want to, like, I'm not going to have some women over my house drinking wine, like gossiping. Like, get out of my house. I got stuff to do. I don't want you around. Like, I don't want to hear your little, like, talking about what's her name, Allison, being mean to you at work today, or that Kathy is such a bitch. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. Go somewhere else. This isn't The View. But yeah, I mean, it's the sad reality for a lot of guys, man. And he'll never forget that. Like, that's the thing. This is the stuff that sticks with guys forever. This is the stuff that is going to, it's like I talk about it. It's like a sore on the roof of your mouth, or it's a blister on the bottom of your foot. It's not enough that it's debilitating and you can't walk and you can't run and jump and things like that. But you're always going to have that in the back of your mind. And that's what makes guys go insane. Like, it's just going to drive you crazy. It's going to keep you up at night. It's going to keep you laying awake. And guys, for whatever reason, like, they just push it down, and because they listen to people on Reddit, they're like, hey man, like, you're just being insecure. You need to look inward. Maybe you need to be in therapy. Maybe, like, not every woman, you're not going to be every woman's best, but hey, she didn't marry Chad. She married you. So you won in the end, man. You should be proud of yourself. And that's what he'll tell himself. And then, one day she'll take him to the cleaners because she's bored, and then he's going to hopefully find the content here.
You know what I get?
I hope he does.
I get the argument from women that are like, well, not every guy is Brad Pitt, so we can't all marry a hot guy, right? And it's like,
you're going to share.
So you settle. Yeah, so you settle for a loser, which is what I'm saying, happens.
Yep. And
then you get bored of them and you think you can do better, so you divorce them and take half the shit and go with the kids.
Like clockwork. Rinse and
you
repeat.
Can't do shit about it. You just can't do anything about it. Now, let's go to something a little more entertaining and fun. You know who Sydney Sydney Sweeney is?
Oh, I'm well aware who Sydney Sweeney is.
Oh, it sounds like you know about her assets. She's known for apparently beautiful breasticles.
Indeed.
So this we've talked about
this
envy.
is interesting.
Yeah, we've talked about envy before.
I can't wait to see this.
Let's get some volume here.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
How is I just want to freeze there. How is it Nazi propaganda by showcasing beauty? And a lot of people will argue, like, if you see photographs of Sydney Sweeney without makeup on, she's like a 4.
Very mid, very attainable.
Very mid, right? But you throw some makeup on her, you put the ladies in a nice top.
It's all lighting.
Yeah, like you can
lighting and makeup and filters.
3, 4, 5 points, right? You know, depending on angle and
it's
lighting.
very derpy. She's derpy. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's a good girl. Like, I usually find that those kind of girls are actually really good fucking girls.
Well, this is very, like, I pretty much nailed every square on my libtard bingo card. Fat, gold nose ring, trans flag in the back, calling somebody a Nazi.
Yeah, check.
I mean,
white girl.
What else do we need here?
Too.
Yeah, white. There you go. 5 for 5. Bingo.
Girl.
Libtard bingo. I win. There you go. Where's my prize?
Hates her own people. And it's like, all you got to do is move more and eat better, and you don't have to look like that. You can look more like her. Like, there's
close your eyes.
So many beautiful women out there, except for they're all covered under layers of fat.
This is the stuff that they waste their time on. Like, your life is passing you by. Do you not have anything else better to do? Sydney Sweeney is not thinking about you. She doesn't know who you are. She's not reading your comments. She doesn't know her name. She's laughing all the way to the bank. She's like she's the it girl right now. What are you doing? She doesn't care. She'll never see that video. Yeah. And I guarantee this woman is the same woman. Like, if Sydney Sweeney knocked on her front door and said, "Hey, like, oh my God, so nice to meet you," she'd freak out. Same people that, like, flip off the cyber trucks and think they're doing something. They're like, yeah, like, screw Elon. It's like, oh yeah, you're really doing something.
Did you see this photograph?
Oh, that's the best photo. It's like one of the best photos.
Look at the reaction on this black chick's face.
Incredible.
This
like,
is
that's the definition of mogged right there.
Yeah, we're just gonna blow that up. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway. So there's a video of the it's American Eagle. I don't even wear American Eagle jeans, but I would go get some now just to support them. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on, Moff. Hang on. We got something here for you, buddy. Possibly the most American Girl Next Door model of the past decade, I would say, and the left are calling her a Nazi because she exists and is white, essentially.
Pretty much.
Like, dude, that was so common in my dad's era. Like, I remember being a kid and, like, being 6 years old and sitting there watching a TV show with my dad, and all the women look like this. Hot. No tattoos, big boobs, beautiful, you know, like, look in the eyes, like, just attractive. You know what I mean? Like, feminine. Today they just, like, oh, it's brutal.
If you guys want to see them, actually, you can watch the movie Voyeurs. Voyeurs. She actually dresses down in that movie, so you're welcome if you didn't know that already. I don't know if the timestamps, you weirdos, but it happens.
Yeah. Here's a photograph of her without any makeup on.
Yeah. So, and look, is anybody saying she got a pretty face? I said she's a little derpy. That's not what we're looking at.
You know, you put a little bit of makeup on a girl like that, and she looks good, man.
There you
go. I'm trying to find the ad, though. Just a lot of photographs of her and posing of her. Oh, here's another one. Like, dudes were like this guy Brock Pearson, who's a homosexual apparently, is complaining that, sorry, but Sydney Sweeney is a basic white girl with no butt. Dude, I would take that over whatever the hell he's looking at. He's probably like, I mean, he's banging dudes if he's a homo, right?
I mean,
I'm good.
but discourse in 2025. Like I saw a reply tweet to that particular tweet. It's like, this was J-Lo back in like 2003. And at the time she was looked at as a woman that had a comically large ass. But now 20 years later, it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's nice. Now you have, like, ever since the Kardashians came along, they ruined asses for everybody.
Yeah. I'm really trying to find this stupid video with the car. But it ain't coming up, man. Anyway, you guys can go find it for yourself. What else do we got here bookmarked? Oh, we got the needy guy. Let's talk about the needy guy now. So this is what women do. This is kind of like a T app, you know. I went on one date with a guy, right? Basically, and here's a screenshot of the psychopath. It's a one-way conversation. And it reads, I know it was a lot so fast, but only because I genuinely, hang on, I'm going to try to do this in like beta male simp sort of voice.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I know it was a lot so fast, but only because I genuinely did feel a connection with you through our conversations leading up to us being there. And I know I'm not the best at first dates when talking, but that's because I need to slowly open up. I hope you find the person you need, because I know that I will not. If we see each other ever again, I promise things will be different. I'm so sorry. I messed everything up. I really thought I could make you happy. This is truly goodbye. Then I wish you nothing but the absolute best. You were everything to me. I'll find a way to live. How did I do, Moff?
That's horrible. I'm going to have nightmares about that. That's burned in my brain forever.
Man, it's like, guys, have some dignity for yourself and stop being so needy. If she doesn't respond, you move on. You only get needy when you don't exercise optionality. You can't
apparently,
exercise optionality. Why? Are you not good looking enough? Are you not sorted out enough? You don't have enough money? Fix it.
This is also why I think the backstory on this also is that I think they spent 30 days.
Claudia spotted it.
They spent something like 30 days talking casually, like chatting over text messages before they finally went out. So yeah, there you go. Been talking to for a month. So like, she never had any real intentions with this guy. This is a guy that she made wait, that she made sit around, that she made jump through a bunch of beta hoops, that she could lean on for emotional support. She could talk to him at the end of the day, put him in the friend zone. Then she threw him a pity date. And then all of a sudden she's surprised that this is the response and the answer. I'm not saying this guy's off the hook. I mean, that's absolutely disgusting. But this is what guys see. Like, guys see these long professions of love and adoration and these lines from the movies that don't work in real life. You know, we had a guy come to me today and, you know, he's like, hey man, like I'm going through my unplugging process. And for the first time, I'm dating a girl that is really good looking. She's like 20 years younger. I'm like 45. She's 25,
she's a stripper, right?
But but as far as I know, she's not, but you know, she's really hot. And I feel myself being pulled into, I can feel the pull of being pulled back into beta behaviors. Like I want to respond faster at text messages. I want to say good morning text. And it's like, this conditioning runs deep, man. Yep. And you guys have to, however you decondition yourself to that stuff. I don't care if you have to get a cookie jar that has a timer lock on it, where if a girl texts you and you put it in there and you don't text her back for half an hour, or you just put your phone away, or you find a way to not respond.
It's self-control. Like, how hard is it, dude? Just don't fucking chase chicks that aren't interested in you.
And again, it's a muscle that you have to flex over time, and it's conditioning that you have to build up, and you have, just like anything else, you have to build new habits. But most guys don't have, like, the hardest way to get the hardest object to move is one at rest. So momentum is super, super key, but a lot of guys won't even take that first step, and they just will decide to backslide because it's easier to go back and walk away than it is to push the ball or push the rock forward. So, and this is just a guy who's seen one too many movies, and he thinks these long professions of love and adoration is going to trick her or logic her way, and saying all of these, you know, Nicholas Sparks paragraph one-liners is gonna work. And as we see, it clearly doesn't. And also, here's the thing too, man. This is every man should be abiding by the billboard test, the Jumbotron test. Never put something in writing or in a text message that you wouldn't want blown up on a billboard. We live in the age of the internet where women are looking for attention any way they can get it. And they will take screenshots of your text messages and they will post them on the internet, and you will become, hopefully she crops your name and your photo out. Sometimes she doesn't. And you will become the laughing stock of the world. You'll go viral for the complete wrong reason. So don't put anything on there that you wouldn't want some. And this guy probably just, he probably doesn't know any better. He's like, oh yeah, like I'm being a nice guy. I'm trying to tell this girl that I'm in love with her. Why wouldn't I? Why would I be ashamed of that? And
Just
maybe that's
love
not the
her,
right
bro,
approach.
and come around.
And it's maybe you shouldn't be ashamed, but you need to understand that this is not the way the world works, and this is not the way that women work. And hopefully, if this guy has seen this enough ridicule, realize this doesn't work.
It takes most guys to understand and come to the acceptance that that's not what women respond to. In fact, I think I have the answer to that, because I do remember seeing one once where the guy's title was something like, "I've been friend zoned 28 times. Here's what I learned."
Who keeps count? What a fag.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. Like exactly like that. And it's like, I think these guys keep repeating the same behavior over and over again. Like they got to get hit hard somewhere. At some point they go and Google some shit and they're like, how does she keep dumping me? How do I keep getting friend zoned? Right.
That's what it was for me, man. I mean, I was like, look, something's not going right. But at the same time, I think it has a lot to do with how long guys are plugged into the system. Guys that are married for 20, 25 plus years that are coming to this stuff in their late 40s and 50s, a lot tougher than a guy who's been in a handful of relationships or has had one bad breakup and the relationship lasted 2 or 3 years and he still has 50 to 60 years of life ahead of him. So I think that comes into play. You know, if you're a married guy, and being a father and being the doting husband and being the plow horse, it gets so ingrained over such a long time into your identity that it's almost impossible to climb out of. So it's, there are guys that are finding it. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. We've got guys that join the community in their 40s, their 50s. We have had guys in their 60s that are part of what we're doing. And it's never too late, man. I had a conversation with a guy today. He's like, yeah, man, maybe it's just too late for me. Maybe I just, I'm in my 40s. I'm going to be 50 in a couple of years or 50 plus. Am I able to really start over? Is it worth it? It's like, man, you underestimate the amount of change you can make in your life and the amount that you can turn your life around in a short time. Like 6 months is enough time to completely change your life. If nothing else, to get in just killer great shape. And if you can do that and then go on maybe a couple of dozen dates in that span of time, man, you will be a completely different person. But some guys just, they never are able to get over the fear of getting started. And like I said, once you've got momentum, everything's become easy. Like Rich, you can attest to this. Like once you made your first million, money was a lot easier than it was before that. It was a lot harder to make $1 million than it was to make 2 million, I'm sure. It was, harder to build your first business than it was to build another business after you've already done it. So it was harder to get the ball rolling with women right after your divorce. But after you've done it for a little while, it was just like picking up like chicks, like your socks pick up dirt. So that's the big thing that keeps a lot of guys is just they're too afraid just to get started. And they're always waiting for the right time to do it. And then the graveyard is full. The graveyard is full of men who were waiting for the right time. So there is no such thing as a right time. You need to do it now. You need to do it today. You can't wait one more day. I think every man needs 2 things in this life. You need a North Star. You need something you're chasing. You need something you're going after, something you're trying to achieve. And you also need a boogeyman. You're basically climbing a rope in gym class, trying to get the top, and somebody is lighting the other end of that rope. You only got 2 options. You're going to burn to death or you're going to climb to the top of that rope. But you can't sit there in the middle of that rope forever.
So this one made the rounds today too. May this type of love chase me and finds me, Lumi. I'm assuming Lumi's a chick, and it's a picture of, he kind of looks like that Formula One driver. What's his name? The one with the big nose from Australia.
I couldn't tell you.
Somebody in the chat will say it like in 30 seconds. yeah, but pictures of this guy with flowers and gifts and all that kind of stuff. And I just captioned this, women will say this shit and then punish the same guy by cheating on him. And it's like, people go, oh, that's not the right way to look at it. But like everybody in the comments agrees with me, man. Innocent smile on his face will be erased soon. It's over for him. I know a level 10 friend zone when I see one. Like this is what they told us to do, Moff. This is what they told us to do. Be a nice guy, smile, bring her flowers and chocolates and shit like that. Take her out, tell her she's pretty, blah, blah, blah. But guys that do that, they always get punished eventually. Daniel Ricciardo, there you go. Yeah, thanks, guys. Somebody knows, but yeah. And I got one last one here. It's on tattoos. She says, I love my tattoo. And it says, lucky you.
Oof.
Did they ever call these tramp stamps in your day, Moff? Did you ever?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Lower
not
back
common
tattoo?
for women to get them anymore. That's like the original tramp stamp. Now the new tramp stamp in 2025 is like it's like the sternum piercing. It's the chest or the sternum. Yeah.
No, it's a chandelier just underneath the tits. That's one that I would call it.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, you're basically broadcasting.
That's crazy, dude.
Anyway, so this one here says lucky you. And it's like, these chicks, they just don't think into the future. Like some plugged in beta male is going to wife her up after a bunch of lucky guys, have their fun with her, and then she'll have kids one day. And then wait till the kids and their friends are all old enough to realize what this tattoo actually meant. Like could you imagine
what's lucky about
your
this?
mom? And it's like, hey, Moff's mom has a lucky you tattoo on her lower back. She's got a tramp stamp.
Jesus. I mean, I hate so much women that brag about something that they didn't earn. You were born with sexual attractiveness. Like you were born with something that every man on the planet wants. It's the equivalent if every man was born with $10 million in his pocket. That's really it. Like that's what women are born with. They didn't work for it. They didn't earn it. So this idea, this arrogance of like, you're so lucky that you get to sleep with me and you get to do something to me and you get this prize that I was just given upon birth. But again, it's on one hand, it's not their fault, but on the other hand, it's just like, my God, like, do you have no dignity? It's disgusting. Please.
I got a funny story. So a buddy of mine got with this hot chick. This is like in the 90s. He got with this hot chick that was 10, 15 years younger than him. And I asked him one time, I go, so how's it going with her? He goes, it's going great, man. He goes, she's got a tattoo on her lower back. I'm like, of what? He goes, my eyes. I go, why'd you get your eyes tattooed on her lower back? He goes, because if she ever bangs anybody else, I'm going to be staring at him.
Oh, God, dude. Jesus.
Man, I got stories for you
nut
guys.
Job.
I got stories for you guys. I've lived life. I don't know why people like hanging out with young people. They don't have any stories, man. Anyway,
some stories.
What do we got going on this week, man? I'm gonna wrap it up.
Do a ladies' night tomorrow. I'm gonna do Wednesday. You got your show. Thursday, we're gonna do office hours. So we got a full lineup. I would say we're still running the contest for the free forum ticket through Thursday. So Thursday at midnight, I guess you could say Friday at 12:01 is the official cutoff. If you're a School of Unplugging member before that cutoff, before August 1st, you will automatically be entered into a drawing to win a free ticket to the 1% forum, which is a $3,500 value. In my opinion, its value is way, way higher than that for the small price of $49 a month. Then on top of that, in the School of Unplugging, you have a censorship-free forum. You connect with other like-minded guys, all of the content that we put together on everything from building a tribe, self-care, making money, entrepreneurship, and all that sort of stuff. So one lucky winner will go home with a ticket to the forum, and there's a ton of ways to increase the number of entries into the pot. So, if you choose to take those risks, you could probably have 20% or more of those entries. So give yourself a good shot to win. In any case, if you guys are looking to get involved in what we're doing as far as meetups, the Unplugged Brotherhood, just go to entrepreneursincars.com/community and book a call there. We should have a bunch of good footage and video coming out in the next couple of weeks from this past meetup. And there's a couple of opportunities between now and the end of the year to get involved. So it's only going to keep getting bigger and better. It's only going to keep getting more cool. We're only going to keep doing more things, more awesome stuff. So it's like, don't let this pass you by, man. Don't be the people that didn't buy Bitcoin, you know, in 2015, and you're trying to get in when it's now. So get in early, and you won't regret it.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you real soon. All right, guys. If you enjoyed that podcast, make sure you visit my website at richcooper.ca to learn more about my courses, my book, The Unplugged Alpha, community, or booking me for private coaching. Also, if you are a Canadian with $15,000 or more of credit card debt and what you are doing right now isn't paying off the balances, then visit totaldebtfreedom.ca and hit get a free quote to see if you qualify to settle your credit card debt for less than you owe today over the next 48 months. Make sure you check out the top pinned comment on YouTube for all the links mentioned during the show. Peace.